Hello, my loves, and welcome back to this week's episode of I Think I Need Therapy. If you're watching the video, welcome to my bedroom. Wait, it's always in my bedroom. Welcome to my bed. I'm currently filming from my bed. I'm super comfy, cozy. If you're listening, even if you're watching too, either way, you can probably hear how awful I sound. I am currently sick. I feel like poo-poo caca. Don't feel that hot. But I wanted to come on, still film an episode for you guys. I'm just gonna sound like shit. So, yeah, we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna vibe with it. It is officially November, which means it is my favorite time of the year. I love November. It's my favorite month because it is my birth month. I'm an 11/11 angel baby. I love my birthday. It's actually the best. And I'm turning 21. So I'm so excited. Finally 21. I'm legal everywhere next week officially. Which I'm just like, it being 20 and like all my friends being 21, it's just like I feel so restricted. I feel like a fucking child. Because like they can go do all these things, or like they can make all these plans, and like maybe it involves like a bar and like I can't go in, and it's just really annoying because I'm like, well, bring me across the border and I can do all of that, but here I can't, and it's just frustrating. So I'm just like excited to not have any like restrictions like that anymore. So yeah, I love November, and it actually snowed for the first time today, which we normally get snow in October here, but this year it just like was really weird and was like oddly warm for a very long time. So we finally got our first snow today, and it made me so happy. I played Christmas music, which, okay, I don't know what you guys think, but I personally think that it's okay to start getting in the Christmas spirit November 1st after Halloween. But my Thanksgiving in Canada is in October. I celebrated it with my sister in Seattle. Together, we celebrated Canadian Thanksgiving. So, I know for Americans, they might be like, no, you have to wait till after American Thanksgiving, but I don't really celebrate that, so I don't really care about that. I can just start my Christmas right after Halloween. So I started listening to Christmas music today, and it makes me so happy. I love Christmas so much. Like, I love Christmas because it's just like a holly jolly time. It really is. If you know me, I'm fucking obsessed with peppermint. My favorite scent is peppermint. My favorite flavor is peppermint. Give me a lip balm with peppermint flavor. Give me, I don't know, clothing peppermint scented. I don't fucking know. Candy cane hot chocolate, so good. Peppermint tea, favorite tea. I drink it like every day. Essential oils, I only use peppermint essential oils. I have a peppermint scented candle. I love everything peppermint flavored. I love it. And I know that's a hot take. Some people think it tastes like toothpaste. I definitely don't. I love it so much. And it all comes out around Christmas time. So that's also why I love this season, because everything peppermint comes out. It's like, yes. And then this music, so good. I love Christmas music. Bring me the Justin Bieber Christmas album. Thank you. So good. The old JB one. Drummer Boy. Okay, you can tell I have not socialized in like 2 days. I've been in my bed, just locked away in my room for the past 2 days. And that's why I'm all about funky crazy today, but whatevs. Oh, my favorite Christmas song, sorry we didn't get to that, it's not Drummer Boy. Well, I fucking love Drummer Boy, but it's Susie Snowflake, which I think a lot of people don't know about this song. So if you don't know Susie Snowflake, I very much encourage you to go listen to it. Underrated song. Drummer Boy is also a great song. I love Justin Bieber. But yeah, I am in love with November. I'm in love with the snow. I'm in love with it all. I love this season. I love this time of year, if you can't tell. As much as I do love it, it is kind of a hard time of year for me. Last year, during this time, was a little bit, well, some traumatic things happened. And I also was in a boot. This was the week, literally a year ago yesterday, no, 2 days ago, I officially went into my boot, which I stayed in for like a month because I had a stress reaction. It wasn't it wasn't fully fractured. It was just like a little reaction, like a hairline fracture kind of thing in my shin bone, which I swear to God, I probably had like 10 of those that were uncaught, or not uncaught. Is that a word? I don't know. They weren't caught. And nobody caught. I just like literally couldn't fucking walk, and just had to live through it for years. And then I finally got MRIs, and they were like, yeah, no, you have a stress reaction. So then I had to go in a boot for a month, and then ended up subluxing my shoulder at the same time. So I was also in a sling for a week during that month. The boot is comforting. I'm not gonna lie. Being in the boot, like being injured and having like that, was for some reason really comforting. And part of me did like it. But also, it was a really tough thing to go through, especially being an athlete. Like, that is my whole life, and it took me away from my friendships a lot, and took me away from like the people in my life, and like the best part of my day is practice. And I couldn't really go to practice, and if I did, like, I wasn't really spending time with my teammates as I did before, because I had to do different stuff, and then we were just separated during practice times, and it was just a little bit lonely. That was a hard time for me last year, and so going into this year, I kind of just like keep reflecting on it. I keep thinking about like, that's where I was this time last year. Like, that's crazy. But I'm super happy and super grateful for where I am at this point this year. Like, I've grown a lot, and I've also stayed healthy, physically, which I've never been able to do for the past 4 years of college athletics. I've been injured for the fall season, like I've just been injured the whole year, every single year. And so this is the first time I've ever been able to get through fall practices, and to this point in November, like, I've never been able to get to this point without like having to pull back in practices and been like, okay, I can't do practices, or like I have to do something completely different from everyone in practice. Like, I've been able to do majority, if not all, of the workouts this year, which I'm super grateful for. But along with that loneliness feeling, I also know that this time of year is like, it's a lonely time of year. It's the time where nobody wants to be single. Like, you just want to be cuddled up with someone else, and you want to be cozy, and you want to have a significant other. You want to have a boyfriend, you want to have a girlfriend. And like, summertime, a lot of people are like, no, like, we want to go out, we want to have fun. Like, single season in the summer, boot up season in the winter. As we're going into the season of winter, of fall, of this darkness and this coldness, and you just like kind of go into a seasonal depression maybe, or you just feel really lonely in this season, it is a lot sadder for a lot of people. Just remember not to settle because of that. I know sometimes we can just like grab on to the closest person and be like, okay, I just need someone and want to get through this with someone, but that can be okay. If you are okay with it just being whoever, and it not lasting and not working out, and you just want someone to be there, then it can be okay to go out and just find someone. But if you are a sensitive person like me, I advise you to just not settle, and, you know, find ways to get through this season alone, or get through it with your friends or your family. Personally, I get cuddled up on the couch with my roommate. Like, me and her love watching shows and movies together. We love doing cute, fun dates together. We love doing all of the coupley stuff together, and that's why I love our friendship so much. I am so grateful for her and having her as a roommate, because we do like literally couple shit, and it's the best thing ever. Like, we'll have little like date nights and make pizzas together, and we'll make decorate cookies together, or have a little paint and wine night or something like that. It's so much fun. And I think having female friendships, if you're female, having female friendships is so important, so valuable for those reasons, especially if you're single or not single. Female friendships are so fucking important, and I will die on this hill, because you need female friends if you are a female. Like, you need to be able to connect with another female, and just on a different level. Like, men and women, we function differently. Like, I get it. Like, I want a man in my life, but there's nothing that will ever compare or live up to my female friendships. Nothing ever will, and nothing ever can. And so, find yourself some female friends if you don't have them. I know they are also the most trickiest thing, because girls can be bitches. So choose wisely. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have much advice for making friends, because I don't really know how. You just gotta be outgoing and just, like, give a girl a compliment. Yeah. I don't know much advice for making friends, but I do know that you should not settle. And honestly, it is a beautiful time to practice self-care and find comfort in being alone. I think personally, I love my alone time because I am very introverted, but not everyone does. And whether you do love it or you don't, this season is a great time to get more into spending time alone and find comfort and peace within that alone time. And I know a lot of people are, like I said, very uncomfortable being alone. And a lot of people think that when they're alone, their thoughts will take over and it's going to be very overwhelming and stressful. And I get that. Like, that is, like, yeah. If you do have a diagnosed mental illness or something, that could be very difficult, and maybe you shouldn't spend a lot of alone time. But if you don't, alone time can be great, and figuring out, like, what you can do in those moments where, like, you are alone and maybe it is overwhelming and you're scared, and what you can do to care for yourself in that moment and practice that self-care. And, like, you know, like watching a movie by yourself, or like taking a bath, maybe get into meditation, maybe get into yoga, like try new things, try new hobbies, and find out what really works for you and what you really enjoy, and what self-soothing practices are actually effective for you. For me, what I found out with my therapist the other day, she was like, okay, when something happens, say this triggering situation happens, what can I do in that moment to self-soothe or to show myself some care? Like, what are some strategies I can use? And I have some actual therapeutic strategies, but also just like this hoodie, like this is the hoodie I thought of, is my most comforting hoodie. Like, I put this hoodie on and I feel so comforted. I just feel like it's just oversized, it's perfectly fitting, it makes me feel more comfortable. Putting on that comfort piece of clothing, or maybe lighting up that peppermint candle, it's because I love the smell of peppermint and it brings me happiness. Playing sounds, playing certain music, or for me, what brings me the most peace is hearing nature sounds like water or sounds of the forest, because it reminds me of home and it brings me a lot of peace. I mean, that could be different for anyone. It could be a certain song that brings you comfort, or a certain song that makes you happy. For me, it would be Baby by Justin Bieber. Like, that always makes me happy. And so having those few things where I'm like, I know these things will make me happy and bring me comfort, those are things that I've learned about myself. And I think when you do spend more time alone, you can figure out those things about yourself. Because when you sit and think about it, like, do you really know yourself? Do you really know yourself on a deep level? Have you taken the time to actually get to know yourself? Because I think a lot of us just think like, yeah, I know myself, like I am me. But we just block ourselves away, and we kind of like distract ourselves from our own selves a lot of the time. And for me, like, I didn't know myself. Like, I knew myself like a lot more than anyone else, kind of. But when I was asked before, like who I am and like things about myself, I didn't know how to respond because I didn't know much about myself, or I didn't really think about those deeper levels or deeper aspects of myself. So by spending more alone time and spending more time just internally thinking and not fighting my brain all the time and just finding peace within myself, I got to really understand myself more. And like now I can answer the question of who I am, what I stand for, what I believe in, like things about myself. Like if you ask me a fun fact about myself, like I could tell you. If you ask me what some qualities about me are, I could tell you. And what I do to care for myself, I could tell you. What works best for me in different situations, I could tell you these things because I've gotten to learn those things about myself and I've taken the time to do so. And I know it seems like such a simple thing, but when you take a step back and actually reflect on that, like a lot of people can't answer those questions or don't know those things about themselves. And so if you're one of those people, this season and this period of the year is a great time to just get to know yourself. Find out those things about yourself. Find out who you are and how you can be alone and how you can find comfort being alone, especially because you don't want to get into relationships in the future that maybe you are only getting into because you feel lonely and because you just want someone. If we're not okay on our own, if we're not comfortable being alone and by ourselves, it will lead us into relationships that are not healthy for us and that may not serve us in the right ways and will end probably not that great. Not all the time, obviously, but most of the times that can happen because we go into relationships with the wrong intentions. Someone should just add to your life, not be filling these gaps that are left in your life from feelings of loneliness and feelings of desperation. So find that peace, find that comfort within yourself in your alone time and being by yourself and figuring out who you are. So when you meet someone, you know who you are. You know what you like, what you don't like. You know what you can do when that person isn't around. You know how to self-soothe. You know how to take care of yourself when someone isn't around to do that for you. Because yes, when you get into a relationship, that person will be able to help take care of you. That person will be able to comfort you and care for you in those moments where you feel like you can't take care of yourself, or even in any other moments. They will be there for you. But there's also times where they might be away and they aren't able to. And that's when you need to know how to take care of yourself. And also you need to be able to explain to them and communicate with that partner, like, this is what works best for me. This is what will help me the most. And that's how you really get the most effective and best care if you already know and you communicate that with someone. And this is even in any situation. Like, I know sometimes if I get really triggered and I'm in a really like low place and I just like thoughts are running through my brain, sometimes I just need a distraction and I'm just like, I don't want to spiral. And so I will ask the person that I'm with, I'm like, can we just watch a show? Can we watch something together? Or can we go do something together? And that helps to distract me. And so by asking for that, because people can't mind read. We assume that sometimes the people who are closest to us can read our minds and just know what we want and what we need. But they can't. Only we know that. And only we are responsible for communicating that and asking for that. So by truly knowing yourself and knowing what works best for you, you can ask for that and actually get the proper care that you do deserve and that will be best for you. Even right now, I've realized being sick, I was like, I have to take care of myself. Like, my mom's not here to make me soup. I wish she was, but she's not. She's making soup at home for herself, but not for me. She can't really ship it to me either. I wish. But nobody here is here to take care of me. I have to take care of myself while being sick, and I've learned how to, and like to be able to like actually get up, go to the store, get myself cough medicine, get myself what I needed. I bought myself some soup. Be able to make myself my own soup or my own tea and, take care of myself. And that's such an important thing, is to be able to take care of yourself even in times where you don't feel like it and you don't want to get up, you don't want to go do that. You need to be able to still show yourself love and still show yourself that care, because there won't always be someone around to do that for you. You need to be that person for yourself. You need to be the one who takes care of you and the one who shows you love first and foremost. We can't be relying on everyone else to do that for us. We are the only people we can rely on, and we are the only people we are stuck with for the rest of our lives, 24/7, every second of every day, every night, every morning. And I know that can seem scary. I know it can seem scary if your head is a miserable, horrible place where you beat yourself up. But if you focus on it, changing that into a happy, loving, caring place, and you find ways to show yourself that care and show yourself that love, and you also focus on the things that you have done in the past for you. Like, you always make decisions for you, I'm pretty sure. Like, we always do. Even if I think it's for someone else, it's kind of for me too. Look at those aspects of your life and realize that, yeah, you actually do, like, care for yourself. Like, you do things for you, and that is because you love you. Like, you do. Maybe you don't believe it. Maybe you do. But I encourage you to find the ways, and find the ways that you do, and the ways that how you can show yourself more care and more love in this season. I really was not going to talk about this. I have no idea where that came from. I'm not going to lie. Like, I had like 3 different topics I wanted to talk about, and I kind of just came on and just like splurted out something. So I'm actually happy with how that went. I'm in such a talkative mood because I actually have not spoken in a long time. I mean, I called my mom and my sister this morning, so I talked to them. Only a little bit though. I'm more of a listener, which is kind of crazy. This is a whole tangent. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm actually more of a listener than I am a talker, which is kind of weird to think about, that I have a podcast and I'm not a talker. Because I literally am just rambling on for 30 plus minutes every week. But I actually am more of a listener. I prefer to sit and listen to someone talk than to actually speak myself. But maybe that is why I like having podcasts, because it gives me time to speak and not have to, like, you know, worry about someone else. Because I am the biggest people pleaser in the fucking world. So I'd rather give people more of the attention and their time to talk when I'm with them than making them listen to me. So I get to talk on my podcast, and it's fun. But yeah, this was a whole different topic than I was thinking, but I really hope you took something from it. I was like, I don't know where this motivational piece came from today, but it just came out of me. Rah. What? I don't know what that noise was. I hope you enjoyed being in my bed with me. Don't think of that in a sexual way. This was actually this was so cozy and fun. I feel like this is like a FaceTime. I hope it felt like that, because like, maybe I'll do more in my bed. Maybe you can be invited back into my bed. But yeah, I just am sending you so much love going into this season. Our clock's actually just officially turned back. So, wait. They don't do that everywhere. I don't know if they do that back in Canada. I feel like no, we definitely did. Because my mom was just talking about it this morning. Because she was singing some song to my dad, and then he didn't understand. They're so funny. They're just like the old couple who just like, they need to speak very, very clearly to one another, or else things just don't make sense. Or they just forget a lot of things. I love them both so much. They're so silly and so funny. So now it's darker more. Just saying. That's what I meant. That's what I'm meaning by this. Is that it's darker more. And I just want to send you some care and these reminders going into this more dark period. And cold. Because it is cold out. And like, also a time where we get sick more. The fuck? Okay, I'm gonna stop yapping because I just like, I'm rambling about random shit because I'm lonely, but I'm okay being lonely. Anyways, I hope you all had a fantastic week. I will talk to you all again next Tuesday. Okay, I'm finally done rambling. Bye, guys. Bum, ba, ba. Oh, that was raspy. Yeah. Bye.